Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And back, oh, how did this get broken? Why did this get broken? Nothing fell through this, so how did this get broken? Hmm. Okay. So we had a meteor shower here, which deposits a large amount of crap. Uh, okay. Is it over? It's over. What do you mean this isn't about the blue screen of death? What are you referring to then? Oh, you mean your monitor died from your CPU overworked and your monitor died? Is that what is that what you're saying? I get really worked up about when I remember. When you say 80-99%, you mean the processor's load or the temperature or what? Oh yeah, okay. Oh, somebody got incapacitated. What's the matter here? Well, temperature is a bit cookie in here. Oh, and this is in hydrogen. Eek! Remember what I said about thermal conductivity? Yeah, hydrogen. Hydrogen, very. Somebody save him. Save Mima. Oh my god. I think we're gonna be. And they ignore him. Hmm. And this is what happens when I get worked up and stop paying attention to what's happening in front of me. Now I'm considering should I save scum or not. Should I live with this death or should I save scum? In Galaxy, that sounds like like your CPU is cooking itself, and then it just crashes the computer. Fuck it. I'm gonna save scum. I'm gonna. I was upset. I was upset talking about Windows 95 and 437. Let's do it on 437. We're gonna save scum. I'm gonna be a scumbag. We're save scumming. Okay, I have to do something about the temperature in that room. That's why the that's why the bloody observatory died as well. And that's something I didn't consider. So what happens is when the meteors are striking the bunker, it increases the temperature inside, and since what was inside was a hydrogen, which is thermal conductivity, everything inside got cooked. So that's where the scalding was coming from. The scalding wasn't coming from them working on the surface and talking and walking on hot ash. It was coming from that room. Fortunately, that's something we can easily fix. We just need to let the hydrogen out of the room. Yeah, if your Galaxy, if your CPU has overworked itself, either because of overclocking or because it was running things that were too intense for it. Yeah, it dies and it can corrupt your files as well. So this is before, is this before this thing crapped out? It is. So let's do this. We're gonna open up this door. I'm gonna put it on 9. I can't open these because they are they powered? They are powered. I'm gonna open up this door. And we're gonna let the heat come out because it's over 200. Yeah, that's what. Mm. You should, if you're having problems with temperature on your PC, you should monitor it. Okay, people who are too sick. I think we're gonna block this off until everybody's healthy again. So once again, we are. Okay, we have to save duplicates right now. We're gonna leave this door open. This one is also open. We're gonna let this vent out. And we're gonna come back here later when everybody is healthy again, because right now everybody's gonna cook themselves in that bloody room. The temperature needs to drop before we can continue working there. Uh, is this? Oh, this is opening. They actually open up this door as well, so that's great. Perfect. Perfect. I'm not really sure a virus would cause something of that magnitude, although I could be wrong. There are all kinds of viruses out there. But it seems to me that something was causing a lot of stress on your PC and it overheated. Games can do that, especially if you're running a very a very intense game that takes a lot of processing power, or if you're trying to do something like rendering a video, for example, would. If it says power usage very high, that means that something is using a lot of power. If it was on a was this on a laptop, Galaxy? I'm not sure if you mentioned before. Was it on a laptop or on a desktop computer? If it was on a laptop, I can tell you what it was. If this was on a laptop, it was overheated because laptops tend to overheat. Oh, if it's a PC, oh then no. It might be that you need to clean the you might need to clean the vents and the cooler. You need to check the cooling, and the cooling you have on your PC might not be enough. So the first step, if your computer is overheating, the first step is clean the coolers. So clean the fins, clean the vents, clean the fans. Get another fan if you can, if your PC can run it, and consider getting another another cooler. And if you do you have okay, and since there was a you said that there was a greater power usage, I would also suggest that there should be applications. Well, there are. I just don't use them a lot because I don't have many problems with my computer, almost ever, uh, since Windows 98. But you should get. You should check you should check what is using up all the power. So where all the power is being consumed by of all the components you have. I believe there are applications that can help you that. Determining what's using the most power in your PC. Okay, we need more beds. We need to cure everybody of their severe burns before we can get them to work again in the scorching fields of the surface of the asteroid. Service app controller. Service app controller. I'm not familiar with that particular app, but I wouldn't be able to tell you if that means that it is or isn't. Really can't say. Uh, when it comes to troubleshooting, I'm not really an expert. I was an expert a long, long time ago because of the problems that got me so worked up about. Because of all the problems Windows used to have, some that it still has, getting the bloody thing to work was always a issue, and so you'd had to learn troubleshooting. On a modern PC, it's not that much of an issue really. But if you have components which are using more power than they should, I'd suggest take it to somebody who knows what they're talking about, have it serviced, have it looked at. Yeah, oh, we know more. All of our pinch rows die. Oopsie daisy. Do I have any more pinch row? Oh, we have two. We have two. We have two pinch row X. Yeah. You say it's an old PC, but there are. Trust me. There are more difficult things to do than troubleshoot a PC. Troubleshooting is more annoying than anything else. Devon needs to be healed. Who else needs Joshua? It's annoying more than anything else. Troubleshooting is annoying, but if you plan to, that's you could say that troubleshooting and PC problems are one of the arguments to get a console instead, because with a console you don't have half of the problems you can have with a PC. But as somebody who owned a PC for the better part of my life, for over 20 years now, I can tell you this. Once you learn, once you get used to all the problems a PC can give you, you're not going to have any more PC problems. Once you... Yeah, just break, I don't care. Once you learn all the basic things you need to learn about computers, uh, and how to do most things on the computer, you will have no more problems. At that point, you will be fine. Getting to that point is annoying, but okay. Time to lock this door and time to go back in. I uh, I was never part of the console wars. I was never part of the platform wars. For as long as I can remember, I had both, one or the other. I had a console and I had a PC. I always played on both. I never understood the console wars. I never understood the platform wars. It never made any sense to me. Why are you all why? Okay, Justin, you need to... I think the luxury of not having an Atmos suit has just ended. Please don't die. Save you guys. Yeah. I no longer have the luxury of not putting an Atmos suit in here. Oh, somebody got incapacitated after all. Two of them got incapacitated. Okay, they got picked up. Perfect. Yeah, no longer have, and that means that this thing won't be done even on this stream, but that's fine. So we need to do some safety management. We'll leave this alone for the time being. Time to do some safety. So I do need an Atmo checkpoint. There's just no way around it anymore. Without an Atmo checkpoint, I won't be able to work there without everybody getting injured. Failed to realize that there are some gases here which are not going away. So the temperature here is very toasty, 200 degrees. And that is bad. If you are planning to upgrade your PC, if your PC is as old as you said, Galaxy Squad, I would have a suggestion for you. Don't buy just one new component. Make a list of all the components you currently have in your rig, in your PC, and make a list of everything that needs to be replaced, and then work on an investment to replace all of them at once. Otherwise, you will be in a situation where you constantly have to replace things. When you are updating your technology, you should do it as much as possible in a single go, so that you replace something and you don't have to think about replacing it again for at least a few years. And I'm just thinking where I'm gonna put this atmosphere checkpoint on. I already have a pipe here for oxygen anyway, so that's convenient. But I guess there's nothing for it. I'll just have to I'll place it here. So that's here. There is no reason why I couldn't make this out of lead. This should not overheat. And I also have a ladder going there, which is convenient. Where's that? Yeah, fine. That's fine. Yeah, Galaxy, like I said, if you are planning to upgrade your computer, make it in a way that you can replace most things at once, because the costs that actually get you are the costs that you have to replace something that you recently replaced, or something that you could have replaced when you were replacing something else already. You want to replace as many things at once as you can, so that you can have a longer time of not needing to do anything about the rig anymore for the foreseeable amount of time. Otherwise, if you just replace 2 bits now and then you leave everything else untouched, in 2 months you have to replace those again, and you just have constant costs and constant amounts of money going out, instead of just having one lump sum payment that you did at once. And usually when you're buying more things at once, you can get a better deal, because there are most discounts offered when you're buying components if you're buying more than one. So it makes more fiscal sense as well that way. If you buy a single component today, that's one cost. Then you said that you want a better GPU. That's one thing. Then you need a CPU. That's a second thing. Uh, then you need RAM. That's a third thing. That's already three costs. If you do one today, by the time you're upgrading the next one, the first one will be obsolete, and you might have as well just bought both of them at once. It's better to buy all the components you need at once, make a single upgrade that's going to last you for as long as it can. So you have to think about it in the future. When you have a PC, you want it to be valid for as long as it can be, for as long as you can use it, so that you don't have to upgrade very often. It might cost more today, but you'll save money in the long run because you won't have to replace them soon enough. If you buy something that's cheaper today, that's also gonna get obsolete sooner, which means you're gonna have to replace it sooner. If you buy something that's a slightly bit more expensive today, but it has good specs, uh, you won't have to replace it as soon, and you will have it for longer. So it's something to consider. I'm not going to tell you how to do things. I'm just giving you how I've always done it. Uh, you are of course completely free to do it any way as you like, or any way that you can afford to do it. But in my view, it is more cost effective to upgrade something in a chunk that will last you for a longer time than making smaller upgrades uh, more often. But that's my view on it. I'm not necessarily correct, or my way is not necessarily the best. That's just the way I did it. And to be honest, for myself, that way has served me well. So the mountain of rubbish is being replaced by another mountain of rubbish because I didn't think about it. So we're going back to what I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. Is this game can give you 100 new experience. This isn't the first time I've built this. This, however, is the first time that I've made a microwave for dupes. I've made this bunker 4 or 5 times already without any problems. But it was empty in here. This time around, I've made a microwave for dupes. So until I make this more livable, I have to keep it closed so I can get dupes in. Yeah, uh, if you are, oh, so I said, yeah, I can make it out of lead. No, I can't. I, I was looking at the cold biome, but there's temperature coming from here. So no, we can't make it out of lead. We have to make it of something else. Yeah, those discounts that you're talking about, those discounts, they seem random. Oh, and we have so much iron here. You know what? I'm gonna dig a tunnel. I'm gonna dig a tunnel just so I can reach the storage room. And it's gonna be a tunnel here that avoids the cookery, but allows him to get up there. And later on we're gonna remove it, so we can avoid microwave dupes. So I've going back to what I was saying. So those discounts that you've mentioned, you can count on several times in a year that everybody will have discounts, including computer stores and of course online places. So who made a mess and why did you make a mess? How did you manage to... Dupes! You amaze me, Dupes. Here. So those discounts are gonna, you can guarantee that there will be discounts at least 3 times a year. Those 3 times are, well, the Black Friday, Christmas, and Easter. There'll be minor sales along the way, but those three will always have. There is a reason for it. Uh, Stores have to get stuff out of their warehouse in order to get new stuff in. If some things are not being bought, then they have to put them on discount. And when that happens, that's when you get a discounted offer. Everybody does this. Every single store in the world does it. It's not an accident. If you're aiming for a good sale, wait for the big days in a year. That's when the biggest sales will be coming. Also keep an eye on what's best selling, so to speak, because uh, there are such things as rivals, AMD and Intel. If AMD is selling well, Intel won't, and vice versa. So there's a greater chance that Intel will have something on sale while AMD doesn't. Now, if you're a fanboy for one or the other, you will argue that one is better than the other. For everybody who's listening now and watching this video, over the last 20 years, I've used both. There is no statistically significant difference between those two makers. Components from both and anybody else, as long as they have all of the certification and all of the licenses which are shown on their products, will work just fine. If you say that you can see a minute difference between a performance of one card over another in the same bracket of specification, you are a liar. They work fine. The whole thing about one being better than the other is because they want you to spend more money. It's the oldest trick in a book. They're both. I've used both. Not both. I've used all of them. In my PCs, I had makes of AMD. I had Intel. I had MSI. I used all of them. I never had performance issues. As long as what I wanted to run was in the performance bracket of that component, there was no issue. So when you're buying, buy smart. This new Galaxy, what you mentioned about the whole RTX 320 3020 thing, that's just the best example of them all. Those prices aren't arbitrary. They're trying to get you to spend more money. The manufacturing costs of all of those cards are fraction of what they're selling. They expect you to fight about them. They want you to fight about which one is better. They want their customers to argue over which one outperforms the other, which one does more for the other. If you are doing something high spec, like if you are into video rendering or if you're into 3D modeling, then maybe you will feel some kind of a difference. But if you are just a regular gamer, you won't feel a significant difference. You might feel a minor one, but not a significant one, and not one that matters. That's like people who are arguing that there is a massive difference between 120 FPS and 100 FPS. Yeah, I believe you can see some difference. Is it significant? No. No, it isn't. Anything after 90 FPS is not significant. Just isn't. Scientifically, it isn't. So it's just point of argument for people to fight about. Um, oh, oh, what do you mean? Are you in a vid? I wonder if I might. What do you mean, Galaxy? Hmm. So we have some spilt water here. I don't know. So we've been talking about a bunch of stuff. I haven't really been talking about what I'm doing. This stream is more like a conversation than an actual Oni game. Right now, I'm just well. The thing is, there is nothing new for me to explain. You've seen me what I'm doing, and of course the mountain of rubbish is growing. But yeah, until I set up this up, there's nothing we can do about that. Okay, so now we can reach this place. Uh, I think we can reach this place. We should be able to reach this place now without getting cooked. Well, yes, you are in the street. Yes, yes, you. So every stream that I do, I convert it to a video. Well, I just edit the recording and I put it on YouTube. Well, I limit them to an hour uh, for the streams. For the walkthrough, it depends on what I'm doing. But for the stream, I split them apart into 1 hour episodes because the stream is about 2 to 3 hours long, depending on the stream of what I'm doing. And then I divide them into hour-long episode at the most. So each stream will be an hour. So when this stream is uploaded, it'll be 3 episodes, and yeah, you will be. Our conversations are gonna be in them. Yeah, I'm not editing any of that out. Everything happens. Anything that's on stream happens. So all of my rambling today will also be fully on the stream, on the recording. There's no point for me to separate that. No point whatsoever. And Galaxy Squad. I'm not sure what you mean by let's go. Uh, it's I'm going to be having interactions with people watching me, so it would be counterproductive to edit any of that out. I want that to be in. Galaxy, have you? Are you telling me that you have been trying to get into a vid all this time for the last 6 months? Well, streamers are not exactly rare, and if you don't have an actual love for it, a lot of people start streaming because they're thinking it's easy money, and they're not really putting the effort in, and they give up. Yeah, Galaxy Squad. It's it is a very common case. A lot of streamers are not really in for it for because they actually like streaming, but because they hope to get something out of it. For me, it's all about enjoying what I'm doing. When I started 2 months ago, I didn't know if I'm gonna like it. I do like it. I love it. Uh, so I'm gonna continue, regardless if there's one person watching me or if there's 100 people watching me or whatever. As long as I feel like doing it, as long as I enjoy doing it, I will keep doing it. If there's people enjoying and watching me, then all the better. And everything will be uploaded to YouTube as it is on the stream. And the only edits I ever make are just to cut out if there was a glitch, uh, or the wait time before the stream starts. That's it. Yeah, I was worried for the first time. Then, as I was doing it, I found it extremely. Oh, hold on! There's a backlog of hydrogen. We need to start using hydrogen. Please, hydrogen pumps turn on because we are currently not making oxygen. I did not see the message. Let's check. Okay, we're still good on oxygen levels, but we need to start pumping some oxygen out. Yeah, yeah, Galaxy Squad. That's exactly for me as well. I enjoy doing this. That is the primary motivation. And anything else, if people enjoy what I'm doing, if they like to be in my company, if they like talking, if they like because I will be interacting with whoever wants to be interacted with. As long as they enjoy what I'm doing here, as long as they want to watch me, I'll keep doing it. Even if nobody's watching, I'll keep doing it just because it's fun. It's really fun to do. I'm having a very good time. I think that's the primary motivation for everybody should be always that you enjoy doing what you're doing. If you don't have that basic understanding, if you don't have that basic need, well, not need, that basic urge to do it because you want to, then it's not worth doing. You have to have some form of enjoyment to do what you're doing. Otherwise, it's pointless. Okay, where did you get scalded? Oh yeah, here. Because this place is hot. But now that you've built the other one, this one can be broken. And note to self for the next time. Okay, Galaxy, I will call you Galaxy. Will do. Oh, more scolding. Yeah, just too hot in here. I would prefer if you didn't go there, but I understand that you have some tasks there that you need to do. I might just cancel that completely out. Yeah, that's sometimes for me as well. Sometimes I don't feel like streaming, but I do it anyway because I want to be reliable. I want to have a stream that that people know. Okay, it's Sunday. It's 8 p.m. He's gonna be streaming now. Well, 3 p.m. depends on where you are in the world. The only times I skip a stream is if something happens that I have to deal with. Like the last stream was cancelled because a friend of mine died. Uh, and for obvious reasons, I was not in a state of mind where I would be able to stream or talk about it or do anything. So I didn't stream. I just marked it for personal reasons, and that's it. Was that Wednesday or a Sunday? I think it was an Oni stream that got cancelled. I can't remember. Don't feel sorry for me. It's fine. It's life. Unfortunately, um, people pass away. I'm not over it. I'm still crushed by it, but unfortunately, me feeling dreadful about it won't bring him back, and it's not anybody's fault. It was diabetes, there was complications, and he passed away. He was a fellow gamer, he was a good friend, he was a fellow admin. I'm also administrator of a gaming group called Friendly Gaming Network. Another thing I should probably put in my descriptions. Uh, it was sudden, it was unexpected, and nothing nobody could have done. So the only thing that's left is to get past it. which isn't going to be easy, but it's life essentially. I mean, at this point, at this point, I am. I couldn't talk about it back then, but now I'm okay now. I mean, my tone obviously goes lower when I talk about it, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm okay now. He is he was younger than me, and I'm ashamed to say that I didn't know that he had diabetes. He never talked about it. I never asked, and there was a complication, and he passed away. So obviously, I was in no condition to do a stream then, and I didn't. But you can't wallow all the time. You have to get past it. And unfortunately, death is one of those things that you just have to get used to. We can't avoid it. We just have to live with it. Why did you choose here to catch your breath? Okay. So now I've blocked off their access to that storage, and now they need to make this, and this problem is going to have been it will be have been fixed. So we've spent this stream talking about all games and my future plans and PCs and unfortunate events. We have moved a mountain of rubbish, and because of an error of my part of not paying attention to the temperature inside of here, created another problem, which hasn't happened before, but I cooked one of my dupes, and as a result, I have save scummed for the first time as of this colony. I haven't save scummed a single time before in this colony, but that had to be done. No, you massive idiot. Okay, he has a way of coming back. Okay, he has a way of coming back. That's okay. Yeah, Galaxy, you're right. It takes a year to let go. Generally, when somebody passes, depending on how close you were, some deaths you never let go. Some deaths stick with you. Um, I'm simply in a position where I'm past it enough to continue existing normally, but I still constantly think about what happened and who are you? Why are you? Justin. Justin the troublemaker. Justin, come back to the bed. And May will also needs to go back to the bed, and Princess Consuelo also needs to be bedded. Uh, you just move past that. I'm not young. I mean, I'm not ancient. I'm in my 30s, which is old enough. And when you get to be 30, chances are you're gonna be in a position where you've lost a few people already. He was close enough that it won't go easily. Let's say it like that. And it's when somebody even relatively close to you is thing is you never really let go. You you remember, and it can be 10 years and you'll be fine, and then you'll just remember one thing, and just like that you'll be back where you were a decade ago. I don't mind if you have Galaxy, if you have more things to say about this particular topic that you want to share, I'm all for it. It's fine, really. It's fine. I'm grateful that you are considerate of my feelings, but I'm also more than capable of having this conversation. It's really up to you. If you have more things that you wish to add about this topic, by all means. If you would rather not, That's fine as well. It's fine with me one way or the other. I'm capable. Okay, so moving back to the topic at hand, we had to bed a few people because they were sick, because they got cooked. Uh, we are getting back to the yeah. So see, the amount of food is increasing again. So just this half of the mushroom field not working was enough to create a problem, and we're creating a massive amount of oxygen from here. And I do believe that we're making normal oxygen again as well. Indeed, we are. So no problemo. We did lose some oxygen, potential oxygen, because this wasn't operational, but that's fine. Yeah, so one colonist died after being cooked alive uh, because of here. Uh, one of the things I praised about this game is the complexity, and that goes. So I, for some reason, thought here this all of this is exposed to space, so it's a vacuum, but it isn't. And the reason it isn't is because this area is closed and they kept coming through here. Because they kept coming through here, gas is kept in, and the lightest gas in the game is hydrogen, and that one always goes on top. And hydrogen is a very highly thermally conductive, so it retains heat and it transfers heat really well. Because this is like a little housey here, that hydrogen had nowhere to go. And as a result of that, you can see that the temperature in here has risen to 200 Celsius because all of the heat from these guys pummeling from us from upstairs, and each one of them is well over 300 Celsius hot, has made everything into a crispy little oven. So each time they go through here, because they were unprotected, they were being cooked. But I save scummed because it was my fault and not the game's fault. Well, that it was. I shouldn't have save scummed, generally speaking, but I save scummed anyway because I didn't want to have the death on my soul, and I wanted to keep them alive. Like I need an explanation. I save scummed. End of story. We're moving on. I'm a scumbag. I save scummed. We're moving on with the colony. Now, what we need is Atmos suits so they can work in this environment without being cooked alive. And I did line up 3 suits to be made, but they're not making them for some reason. Oh, I see. The reason why they're not making the suit is because I've blocked their way towards iron, and I'm not going to open it, so I'm just going to line up more iron to be made. Because I was using up the 4 tons of iron that was refined. It's currently here. See, vacuum has no temperature because temperature cannot be passed in a vacuum. But in a gas, temperature can transfer over. And since this gas doesn't have anywhere to go to, crispy critters it is. You'd need more than that. 200 Celsius, well, it is too hot for you to live comfortably in. It's not enough for cooking per se. Your average oven has 270 up to 480 or even 700 degrees Celsius. Yeah, you need a higher temperature for actual cooking of pastries, if you'd like. And but it's more than enough to get scalding, which is burns, third degree burns, are scalding. So what they were being done, they were being scalded until they succumbed to their injuries. Every time that they get scalded, that's 10 hit points off their health. And since they were constantly here, they kept getting scalded until they died, which is somehow even worse. Essentially, I made their flesh fall off. That's what had happened there. They were being burned systemically until their flesh started falling off, and then they died. That's what I did to them. Yeah, in Space Haven, however, thermal regulation is very simple. You just build another thermal regulator. Here, it's very difficult to get temperature decreased because it takes a more realistic approach. I say realistic, but it is more physically feasible. In Space Haven, you just have a device that does it for you, and that's it. Here, it's more complicated. It works well for Space Haven because Space Haven is spaceships, and this is a colony. So you just when you have the oven, I know what you were talking about, and that was giving me a headache because in Space Haven, if you keep that kitchen in a space that doesn't have a vent, and there's a fire, and there's usually a fire, there's always a fire on medium and heavy, hard difficulty, uh, it creates a problem very quickly. So you need at least two thermal regulators there and a vent to get the CO2 out. But just for your comparison, 200 degrees, uh, what would be 200 degrees you actually had been if you burn yourself on a hot stove, that's two-thirds of the temperature. Because I believe that the upper burner on a hot stove is 300 degrees. So that hot. And now try walking through that. Okay, so where are they now? Are they building that bloody suit as I instructed them to do so? Oh, I think I may have. No, yeah, it is on a lower thing. Okay, I did tell them to get the suits up there, but I didn't put a higher priority, so they didn't do it. And now I need to start getting oxygen up here. And the oxygen is connected over here. I just need to get the pipes. A regular pipe is fine. There we go. That's all it took. So now we are running into a situation where we might be actually not having enough oxygen being piped. We'll see. Yeah, exactly. That's what they were getting. They were getting third degree burns or scalding until their flesh fell off and they died. Larva eggs. Okay, okay, larva eggs. We finally have larva eggs. We might actually want to do something with that now. We're gonna leave them there for the time being, but they will take some time to hatch. Do we want to start working with larva? I would need to build a space for them, and it has to be in CO2. Hmm. Uh, how many cells you kill when you touch something? You mean how many cells you kill on average when you touch something hot, or just touch something randomly? There is, I believe, online an average of how many cells you spend for various tasks while you're on your general interaction every single day. But you're just you don't kill them. What you lose in that event are surface cells, which are already dead for the most part. Those are the ones that you shed. You shed a very high amount of cells every single day. In fact, every single cell in your body will change over the course of 7 years. So after 7 years, you are literally not the same person anymore because every single cell in your body has been switched at least once at that point. I think that 7 years is how long it takes for a liver cell to live. or a kidney cell. Not really sure. So your cells, each cell in your body is changed over the course of your life. So after every 7 years, your body is completely exchanged in the way that you received every single cell in your body new. So like you get new skin cells, I think three every third day, something like that. I don't quote me on that. I don't know exactly what time it is, but every cell has a lifespan. That lifespan ranges from seconds to minutes to years. The 7 year being the longest. So after 7 years, every single cell in your body has switched at least once, meaning that you're completely different than you were 7 years ago. So you become literally a completely new person every 7 years. Like physically, your body does. Okay, and now this is... Okay, I'm actually pleased with this. We actually did manage to clean this, well, not clean, but at least do this. So I have the Atmos suit so we can work on this. So next stream, hopefully, fingers crossed, next stream, we will finally see these things in action. And this thing will be operational because it has oxygen now. Hopefully. I'm making no promises anymore. But essentially that's it. And I think we've spent most of this stream, which is actually a very nice change for me, talking. And you only watched me do things in the background. We didn't do that much, really. We cleared out all of this area. We made sure that the base is fine. We got the storage area completed, and we have a lot of materials in there. We also did get all of this thing mined out, which is incredibly important. We also did get the scanners out, although they got buried. And we got the Atmo checkpoint for this. We also save scummed for the first time, and we've opened up more of the map. Next stream, what we will be focusing on is I'll probably do more talking, and hopefully people will not be too upset about that. I will maybe rambling about old games again, and I will be getting angry about Windows 95, even though I haven't used Windows 95 in over 10 years. And we will do hatches. So we will farm the hatches since we have them now. We have 3 hatch eggs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we have 3 larva eggs, so we will hatch those. Uh, and we will farm the larvas, and we will hopefully finish this, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I will have started on the rocket silo. Hopefully. Yeah, so my YouTube channel is actually just Angel Shade. You can find it, but I can link it. I can link it in the channel description. So after the, actually, I think I can do it right now. I can't. I have to wait for the stream to end because if I do the update, it still won't update until after I'm done. Uh, so after the stream is over, I'll put. Actually, let me see. Maybe I can do that. Yeah, I can do a social link, so I think I can put my YouTube there. So let me see. I'm gonna give it a go, and you can sub if you want to. I don't know what I'm doing, and I've just realized that there is another Angel Shade on YouTube and it's some kind of a band. Ah, they stealing my name. In any case, I'm gonna put it up right now. Yeah, it doesn't want to do it. For some reason, it doesn't want to add. It doesn't want to add. It doesn't want to add the link as a social link, so I will have to put it in the description instead, which I can do. So I'm gonna put the YouTube in the channel description. If you just search for Angel Shade in the on YouTube, you'll find me without any problems whatsoever. There's only two people on YouTube called Angel Shade, and one of them is a band. So that should be self-explanatory. Or you can use the link that Gloria provided so helpfully. Thank you, Gloria. You're the you're exactly what we need. Excellent. Well, thank you guys. So I'm gonna be ending the stream today with this little link. I'm gonna put that in the description for anybody who does want to subscribe. It's essentially just me archiving my streams, and it is also for the walkthroughs I record, which have no commentary. Those are just to watch on their own. Thanks, Galaxy, and to everybody who did watch me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my rambles. If you haven't, I'm very sorry. And I will be seeing you on Wednesday. Well, we will be streaming more Hard Space Shipbreaker, and then there will be another Oni stream on the next Sunday. I will also probably discuss more about the future of the channel. Uh, if you enjoyed, I'm happy. If you haven't, well, I'm sorry. Hope you will in the future. For everybody, so everyone, wherever you are in the world, have a good evening, good morning, good night, and I'll see you next time. See ya.